Ninjago has had its fair share of spooks over the years, and so to celebrate the Halloween season, let's take a look at some of the eeriest, most spooky, creepy and downright terrifying minifigures the Ninja have ever had the misfortune of facing. Emperor Garmadon from the Sons of Garmadon is a seemingly ordinary Garmadon minifigure, until you look closely at his upper arm piece. Yes, this piece shows his exposed and bloody ribcage below the armour with more purple blood dripping down in other areas, making for an incredibly creepy, almost zombie-like appearance to the resurrected Garmadon. The rest of the figure is pretty typical for a Garmadon minifigure, with his normal Oni ribcage torso print and a cheeky Garmadon smile. Yang the Ghost Sensei and Master of the Airjitsu Temple arrived in Ninjago sets with the Ultra Stealth Raider and Airjitsu Battlegrounds. He wears an awesome ghost lantern on his back with the Ninjago dragon symbol printed on it. Yang himself gets a big black beard, the ghostly possession tail in sand green, and robes similar to some of Sensei Wu's old suits, plus a face that would work well for a Ghost Klaus minifigure. 2017's Vermilion Warriors were creepy indeed, and none better than Raggmunk in my opinion. This dark orange snake warrior wears awesome gunmetal armour. The helmet lines up excellently with the armour, fully enclosing the head inside it, with some awesome snakes embedded into the shoulders and helmet piece. The level of detail on the Vermilion armour was truly fantastic, but the best thing about Raggmunk here is just how creepy that torso is. With two huge snakes crawling around on his body on both the front and the back, with more snakes making up his face, all round creating an incredibly eerie and unsettling vibe. When it comes to Ninjago villain designs, the Vermilions certainly stand out as some of the theme's best. Wyplash, one of the skeleton generals from 2011, is another great addition to this list. As a skeleton, he of course has the spook factor going for him, and thanks to his giant head, he gets the Skulking general armor piece which covers up a regular Skulking torso. What sets Wyplash apart from other Skulking though, is his worm friend, crawling its way out of a giant crack in the side of his skull. As if that wasn't creepy enough, the worm is smiling away, presumably after consuming whatever was left of Wyplash's brain. Terrifying indeed. This ninja statue from 2016 is more than meets the eye. A fully stone minifigure with cracks in the torso and green vines growing upon the rocky ninja robes. Under the mask, the statue illusion continues with a cracked stone face sporting a neutral expression. But the statue has a secret. By spinning the head around, the statue is suddenly brought to life as a ghostly student of Sensei Yang, making the stone statue appearance even more spooky. And with two available in the Airjitsu Battlegrounds, it was double trouble. The Awakened Warriors of Shintaro are next. These ghostly black skeletons are certainly a worthy addition to the spooky side of Ninjago. With the black Skulking body and Legacy Skulking head now printed with a ghostly green face, showing these are not ordinary skeletons, but instead bones that have been reanimated by the skull of Hazardur. These skeleton warriors from 2020 were excellent minifigures, but unfortunately only available in 2 sets, making them quite rare indeed. A real shame for army building potential, which would have come in handy for these terrifying warriors. Frakjaw the skeleton from 2011 set wave is an awesome addition to the Skulking. His rice hat covers up an awesome head print with bolts holding his skull together, adding a creepy layer to this spooky skeleton. 2016 took this a step further by adding more bolts to the back of his head, with larger cracks in the skull to sell the idea that his head has been ripped open and bolted back together again. Creepy indeed. The Skull Sorcerer from 2020 comes equipped with giant bat wings to fly around the dungeons of Shintaro, which are of course looked down upon by a giant skeleton face. He wears black and green robes and an eerie white mask piece covering up the angry head of Vangelis. The spookiest thing about the Skull Sorcerer though is his skull of Hazardur, the ghostly green skull with a ghastly face print showing glowing green eyes and creepy rotten teeth. Pairing them up certainly makes for quite the spook indeed. As a member of 2023's Bone Warriors, the Bone Scorpio is sure to give you a fright should you come across it in the dead of night. With giant bony legs and a stinger at the back, this scorpion mech makes for a terrifying sight indeed. The warrior who rides it is just a simple bone warrior who wears the same robes as the Bone Knight, with chains hanging down over the skeletal body and topped off with an extra spooky lower jaw piece. As the ghastly main villain of Possession, it is only logical that Morro, the Master of Wind, should make it onto this list. With transparent legs and tattered robes, this figure certainly works as a terrifying ghost ninja. Under his mask is the cheeky Morro smile, while his suit appears to be a tattered version of an early green ninja suit, teasing at his haunted past with Sensei Wu. Next is Krazi the Skeleton Jester. Of all the original Skulkin of 2011, this guy certainly has the most personality, with his jester hat and clown lipstick over his mouth making for an extra creepy look. He also has the spiky blue shoulder armor. The jester hat only came in Zane's Ice Dragon Attack, while his armor was only in the spinner set. In 2016, Krazi was updated for Day of the Departed, wielding a departed blade axe and having a similar face print, perfectly capturing the creepy skeleton clown appearance, now with a raised eyebrow to make Krazi even crazier. His hat is now black and red, and the belt has a skull printed on for extra spooks. If you take the original armor from Frakjaw, you can improve this already awesome Skulkin warrior. Compared to the original, this makes for an awesome addition to the world of Ninjago. The Spirit of the Temple is the most recent minifigure in this video, and is a fantastic spooky addition to Ninjago Dragon's Rising. The spirit wears elegant green robes with a golden belt tying them together. I love how the torso features many spooky faces swirling around as if the whole thing is multiple ghosts wearing a single robe. The bearded face has a nice light green whiskers, while his second face is much darker, with an almost stone-like appearance similar to Yang's ghost students. With this face, you can attach him into the temple itself, creating a strange and spooky ghost statue to watch over the temple of the dragon energy cores, and then it can awaken to show the ninja the way to the dragon cores. The Bone King is the spooky leader of the Bone Warriors from 2023's Core Wave. He wields a terrifying serrated bone sword and wears awesome dragon scale armor, with chains holding it all together. And I love how the skull knee pads combine with the lower jaws used on his feet, creating complete skulls protecting his legs. He has a ghostly green head with a metal skull and red eyes. The tattered cape adds a brilliant finishing touch to the king and covers up more of the armor. But the spookiest Ninjago minifigure ever made has to be the ghoulish Ghoultar. From 2015's Possession Wave, this awesome ghost was available in 4 sets. As Scythe Master, Ghoultar is always equipped with terrifying ghost scythes, and uses the ghostly tail introduced for that year instead of legs. He wears the awesome ghost armor piece with blue robes hanging over the shoulder pads, and a dark blue ninja mask covering his face. But the spookiest thing about Ghoultar is revealed when the accessories are removed. Yes, Ghoultar is a terrifying ghost skeleton, taking the spookiest aspects from both and combining them into one. His robes are torn to reveal his ribcage below, matching with existing LEGO skeleton torsos. There's even some showing through a tear in the back where the ghost symbol would have been. The back of his head is even bolted together much like Frakjaw, adding an even creepier aspect to this already terrifying ghost design. It's likely that Ghoultar did not have a pleasant end to his life before arriving in the Cursed Realm, and with this terrifying skeleton face, Ghoultar certainly goes down as the creepiest, most spooky Ninjago minifigure ever made.